My name is Francis Bestman, and permit me to use this opportunity to introduce to you an idea titled, Who Says You Are Too Young to Think Big? First, this is interesting, of course, but it is not presented on a TED Talk platform. I'm sitting right here in my office, and I'm doing this just to engage your mind. My targets are adolescents, teens, and young adults within the age brackets of 10 to 15, 15 to 19, and 20 to 35 years of age. If you find yourself within this bracket, you have to answer my question immediately. And the question is, please pay attention. Let us say at the present, it would be too urgent to ask you about how much you have. And of course, it's going to be presenting some personal challenges to you if we base on what you have in your pocket, in your wallet, in your bag, or in your account right now because of uncertainty and financial insecurity. So let us do a 1 year projection. By this time next year, if it were true that the amount you will have by this time next year will be the exact worth of your life, here is a question. How will you spend it to ensure it doesn't finish and you end your life with it? Please reflect on this question once again. If the amount you will have by this time next year will be the exact measure and worth of your life, how will you spend it to ensure you don't spend it and end your life with it? Before now, I mentioned that the title of this talk is Who Says You Are Too Young to Think Big? Come to think of it, nobody is too young to die, you know. So if you were to be given 1,000 naira today and you were asked to make sure you spend this money carefully to ensure it doesn't end in a way that you cannot reproduce it, you'll be thinking of, how will I spend it? What will I do with it that will multiply it? That is the kind of thought I also want you to start having from today. Whether you are 10 years of age, you already know what is money. You have seen money, you have counted money, you have touched money, you have equally spent money. Let us say you have been unaccountable and you have spent unreasonably and irresponsibly. But if the question is valid, that by this time next year, the amount you will have will measure the exact worth of your life, what will you do from now till next year to ensure you make enough money that can be sustained to sustain your life? It's a very thought-provoking question, and I don't know how many persons will be able to give answers immediately. And that is why I am challenging you that you are not too young to think big. And because you are not too young to think big, I would like you to begin looking into your future and telling yourself what kind of opportunities you want to create for yourself and for others. What will you do with your talent? What will you do with your time? What will you do with the knowledge and skills you have acquired? What will you do with the books you have, the resources, the people, the friends, the family, the contact you have got? How will you harness all these potentials into ensuring that you become financially independent? I tell you one thing, this question is not only for the older adults. It is for you, whether as a teen, an adolescent, or a young adult. You can begin now to see that with the development taking place in your brain, a lot of energies have been stored for you, waiting to be exercised. How do you exercise these energies? It is by thinking creatively, thinking big, thinking positively, thinking of taking responsibilities. You don't need the parents, baby boomers, the older adults to direct you all the time. You need to make use of your own ideas. You need to create your own ideas. You need to design your own platforms. And you need to start now thinking about what you want to produce, what you want to give out, what you want to amass, acquire, store, and how much you want to acquire. It could be in terms of skills you want to acquire. How much of skills do you want to acquire? Who is motivating you, inspiring you, challenging you around you? If around you you don't find anything challenging, anything motivating, anything inspiring, then maybe at the moment, at this time, you cannot move yourself out of that environment. But start thinking in that direction of taking yourself to where you'll be most and highly motivated. So, once again, you are not too young to think big.